Well, my mother's Tonawanda Seneca from New York, and my father's Quinty Mohawk from Six Nations in Ontario. I was born and raised in Buffalo. I've spent the last 20 plus years on a Cattaraugus reservation. That's like 30 miles south of Buffalo, and it's Seneca territory.
And so when you think about yourself as a water protector, like where does that story begin for you?
At birth, well, even before birth, we're water people. We grow in water, so right from conception, I guess. Um, Even well, when growing up, I was always told that we're caretakers. We're on this planet to take care of the earth and to take care of each other. And nothing lives without water, so that needs the most protection.
On your home.
Well, we're just off of Lake Erie, so there's a Niagara River from there. Niagara Falls are right there. There's the Cattaraugus Creek. It's not a good creek right now. There's a West Valley nuclear plant. It's shut down, but all the garbage is in there. Um, the territory's full of cancerous people. Myself, I was included in that for a little bit.
Mm.
The first time my son went spearing, caught a fish, pulled it out. We couldn't even eat it because it was all tumors. So my friend, well, a couple of my friends, they organized a walk in several different places along the creek, starting from the nuclear plant, and it's to raise awareness. And now that the plant's shut down, they're trying to figure out what to do with all the waste because it's seeping into the water. There's that big mess to try to figure out how to clean that up. It's just simple.
Yeah.
To me, it's very easy. Nothing lives without water. How hard is that? So take care of it. Otherwise, nothing lives without water. It just doesn't. And that's anything. Humans, other animals, the plants, the trees, whatever. Nothing is going to survive without water. Where I go next, I'm
Yeah.
willing to go anywhere to stand up for the water.
Hmm.
My youngest grandson was here with me the last time I came. Both of them made a couple trips to Standing Rock when I was there. It's kind of funny because I talked with my youngest grandson the other day. He's 6, and he says, "Did you go to jail?" And just the way he said it, I said, "Yes, I did." He says, "What did you do?" Trying to get really stern with me right now. Mind you, he's 6. And I said, "I was protecting the water." He said, "Oh, okay, here's brother," and passed the phone off. So as long as I was protecting the water, he was okay with that.
Yeah.
Physically, I have so many health issues that I'm really good for taking up space. I can't do much else. Um, so that's what I said, because I share a lot on Facebook. Whenever I see anything, I'm sharing it everywhere, whatever. And so I already do that. So if I come here, I really can't help out too much around camp. So I said, and my son said, "Well, then why are you going to go? You can't do anything." And I said, "I can be in the way. I can be a body in the way." So that's exactly what I did. We went to the easement, and I was a body in the way. Well, my very first thought, like I said, I have balance issues.
Hmm.
Okay, I was the last one chained. We were walking up a hill, and my whole mantra was, "Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall." I had visions of me falling. Of course, I'm the last one, so everybody's going to get jerked back, going to be laying in the water, and the mission's going to be done before it even got started. So the whole time, "Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall." I made it. We had to climb over little hay bales and stuff, and I managed. But we did, and we got up there, and Winona started throwing all kinds of facts at them. There's a picture of me on Facebook now where I'm standing up and staring at this cop. I found the youngest cop that was there. And for the whole 3 hours, that's all I did was stare at him. And for the first little bit, he was staring back at me. And then he started getting fidgety. I mean, he was even checking the buttons on his shirt, and playing with his glasses. And so that went on for 3 hours. I didn't look behind me. I mean, I could hear the people behind us, being supportive. And that was awesome because we knew we weren't alone, So that was very nice. But I just stared at that cop. And I said, he's going to remember me. I'm going to make him remember me. And with that, he's going to remember why we were there. So hopefully he does. And hopefully he'll do something about that. Because I'm pretty sure when he took this job, he didn't think he was going to be staring down six grannies, So that might be a little bit for him to think about too.
Yeah, were they the people who actually arrested you, or did they bring in new cops?
No, they arrested us. We didn't get any kind of warning because when we walked up, they seen us coming up. So they came down. We kept going. And then finally the one cop said, that's far enough. So we pulled out our chairs and sat there. Okay, so we did. And that was pretty much the only thing they said. Right up until you're arrested. They gave us no warning. They didn't tell us to disperse. They didn't tell us we were trespassing. The only thing they said was that's far enough. We parked it, and the next thing they said was you're arrested. They took us up the hill, all chained together. And thankfully Cheryl was my anchor person. I had her arm, and she told me I won't let you fall. And she did not. So that was awesome. I was not looking forward to falling. And so we went up the hill. Our chain was gold, by the way. And they were actually once they arrested us and we had our zip tie handcuffs on, they took off their sunglasses and they started talking with us. And I was thinking to myself, are we that scary? We were six grannies chained together. What could we have possibly done? But now that we got those zip ties on, somehow it made them feel safe to be human. Because then they started talking with us. They were very nice to us. They didn't want to put the zip ties on us too tightly. So one of the girls went to turn around to see what was happening behind us, and her hand accidentally came out. And so she's hanging onto the back of the chair. And I could see it out of the corner of my eye because I wouldn't stop looking at that one officer. And I see one officer walked over. He whispers at the other officer. The cop turns around. He looks at, I can't remember who did it, and says, excuse me, we got to put your hand back in there. So nobody even noticed. It was not even, because there was, I think, 5 cops up there. So not even the other 4 cops noticed. It was just the one that noticed. But so that was kind of funny.
I think when people are invited here, we're all invited as guests.
Yes.
Of this territory. So what does that mean to you as a person from another Indigenous nation to be invited to another Indigenous nation under their treaty protocols?
To me, it doesn't make a whole big deal. They're friends. They ask for help. I'm here. That's the short of it. Well, I'll tell you a short story. I talked with my daughter today. A friend of ours had seen her and asked how I was doing. And she told him I got arrested. And our friend, which I was kind of surprised, he was like, oh man, now that she's going to have a record. And he was like really disappointed. Those are my daughter's words, not mine, because I obviously didn't talk to him. But she said, why are you acting like that? He's going, because she didn't have to do that. And so my daughter asked him. Now he lives on the territory where we're from, where we live. And, he didn't really understand what the pipelines were even about. So my daughter told him. Now he understands, and so that's one more person that now knows because of my time here in camp. That's one more person. One person at a time. That's all we need to do. And I'm really happy that there's so many young people here, and they are just ready to be in everybody's face about it's water. You need it to live. And they're just so gung ho. It's awesome. My picture of me staring down that cop, all my friends are sharing it. You know, um, even some of the younger folks that met me here, they're they're sharing it. So my kids already know that look. It surprised me how far it's traveling, and it's all about standing up. I didn't say a word, but I stood up. And that's all we need to do. When you leave places like this, you don't want to leave. You really don't. Everybody here has such a big common interest and are passionate about it. So it's a good feeling when you're here. Because I have a nephew, and why are you doing that? You're not going to make a difference. Well, we are. We are making a difference. I mean, after Standing Rock, there was a couple of pipelines that actually shut themselves down because they didn't want the publicity that they had at Standing Rock. So we are winning. We did make a difference. And, well, I'm closing in on 60 now. And I will probably keep on doing stuff like this until I absolutely can't anymore. But even when I get old and decrepit and in a wheelchair, I'm pretty sure one of my grandsons will be there to push me around. So I will still be showing up.